What's good, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, man. Y'all are tuned in again to K-Rino Radio. And as y'all can see, man, we got a classic one for y'all right now, man. I mean, I don't know if y'all been sleeping under rock for the last 30, 40 years, man, and don't know who these brothers are, but this is one of the most influential, impactful rap groups of all time, man. I don't relegate my family to just Houston. We talking about greatness, man, classics, man. Next episode, Funky Funeral, another hit. Tears came from making this dream, man. The one and only, man. KB, FLEA, Street Military OGs, man. What's going on, family? How y'all feeling, man?
Man, what's up, brother K?
Man, good to see y'all.
What's up, K, man? Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that intro, K. That made me feel real good. And coming from you, that was real inspiring because you inspired us. You feel me?
Man.
So
Exactly.
you know that felt real good, K. That
Man,
felt
that
real
was
good.
that was just a piece. I couldn't do it. If the intro would have been 4 hours long if I gave a real one. You know what I'm saying? But I just gotta give a piece because y'all have been so monumental, man, and so instrumental in shaping the culture of not just Houston, but in hip hop period, in my eyes. So many people have fed off of the nourishment that y'all have given through y'all lyrics. And y'all have literally, man, raised generations of not just rappers, but just young brothers and sisters in the streets who have had and listened to Street Military and like, man, these guys help shape me as a man or as a woman, man. How does that feel? Both of y'all take this question. How does it feel to have shaped generations, man? Because y'all did that for sure.
Well, it feels real good, man. You know what I mean? It feels damn good. You know what I mean? Because it's other generations that shaped us, and they passed us the torch, and we just kept it moving, man, with the real songs because, you know, we love doing inspiring songs and songs that motivated the people and made the people think. You know what I mean? We just didn't want to do the fly by night type of music. You know what I mean? We wanted to do music that would be here and stand the test of time. Even when we're gone, we want our music to still be here, standing the test of time, still inspiring, you know what I mean? Still changing generations, you know? And we took our time and we did that. I think we did that to the best of our ability. We was just 4 or 5 street cats coming up out of the streets, man, and really talking about what was really going on and talking about our surroundings, man. Things that we seen and things that we went through, you know. You know, everybody isn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth or a golden spoon, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they need to be able to relate to the surroundings that they come up in, and we were that group that could relate to people coming from that background. If you came up poor, if you had to struggle, if you didn't have a whole lot of money, you know what I mean? We was that group that you could listen to and you could still be inspired to be greater, even if you were in those situations. You know what I mean? So basically, you know, that's just a little summary of my, you know, answer to that question. What's up, FLEA? What you got?
To kind of piggyback off what you're saying, KB, and answer K-Rino question, it's kind of like, man, it's crazy because, you know, we didn't get people that said, your song jamming or y'all this, y'all that. We got people that said, we raised you. You changed my life. You got me through hard times. You know, things like that is what kind of motivate us to keep doing music, because that was just so much impactful than just making a fly-by-night song. You know, we like to say we make, you know, soul food. This ain't that fast food. This gonna stick to your ribs and it's gonna stand. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, you can't get this through the drive-through, man. You gotta come sit down and, you know, and fork and spoon and sit at the table.
You gotta dine in. You gotta dine in on this, huh, FLEA?
Exactly.
Man,
you gotta dine in. Hey.
You know what's so great? I always say this about y'all is that, and I definitely got to know this story. Y'all gotta tell the people this. The 5 of y'all came from pretty much different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It's like how did y'all come together to even know each other? These days and times, you could get on Instagram, you can get on some of the social media platform, and you could see a guy that's over here and over there. You can reach out and link up. From the times when y'all started, how in the world was y'all able to say, man, this dude is in Trinity Garden, this dude in South Park, this dude in Mo City? How did y'all even link up in the first place, bro?
KB, let me start that one off. Man, first of all, man, shout out to rest in peace Oliver Trim, man. That's who introduced me to Icy Hot and Pharoah. Before I met Icy Hot and Pharoah, man, I was just kind of running around doing little, you know, mischievous shit that kids do back in the day. And Icy kind of really motivated me to want to do this shit for real. When I met Icy Hot and Pharoah, we met in Bra Villa in Missouri City at Macadale Crib. That's Icy Hot's younger brother, so that's his house as well. So we met out there. He brought me over there. Me, Icy, and Pharoah, we rapped against each other like all night until, I mean, just battling, going back and forth with our whole stack of rhymes until Icy was like, man, let's go in the house, man. Like, fuck this, and let's go in the house and make some music. Like, man, let's go record this. We need to be recording this shit. So before we had a name, anything, me, Icy, and Pharoah went in there and took care of business. We came out with some major songs. And to lead up to KB getting into the group, we actually was battling, going to different clubs or whatnot, battling before we were kind of old enough to even get in, but we were old enough to battle. So one of the clubs was Charlemagne on the north side. So here we go to Charlemagne. We beating cats out in rap contests. And here come this little black skinny kid with a white Dickie suit on, button all the way up to the top. We walking Charlemagne. He rocking the whole Charlemagne. He rocking this spot. We just won it last week. So we walk in, I'm looking up at the stage, and he just got everybody rocking, including us. So I'm like, Ice look at me and say, that's my kinfolk KB. I say, what? He said, yeah, that's my cousin. So we went on next. So we went on, we rocked the house. Long story short, they ended up giving both of us first place. Wow. So we went we chopped it up after that. We went about our ways, but when we went and met with Gerard Records and got with them, it was just only 3 of us. I made a statement to be like, hey man, we got one more member in the group, dog. And they're like, no, this is enough. It's just you, KB. No, it's just you, Icy, and Pharoah. Who else? I say, man, KB. He said, man, he can't be cold like y'all. Man, we went and got KB to the studio. He came in there, killed it. And it was a wrap, man. Then on, dog. We were street military. You know what I'm saying? History was made, man. And hey, it's been a beautiful thing since then, man.
But one thing I like to add, FLEA, is that during that time, we really didn't pay attention to what hoods we were from. I mean, that wasn't even, we didn't pay attention to it. We just knew that.
The north side and south side was beefing back in the middle of all that. But we were still going to the south side doing shows. We were still going to the north side doing shows. And we actually did the Tears Came video in your hood. So,
yeah, at a Margie house, you know what I mean?
And all of the Botany boys and everybody came out, that Pat and them, everybody was there. So yeah.
I think God just brought us together. We was a bunch of ghetto bastards that never knew our fathers really, that never really had relationships with our father. God brought us together and we brought people together because during that time, I don't even think we was concentrating on really what hood you were from. We understood that, you know, all of us were from different hoods, but we didn't allow that to get in our way and stop us from working, man. Because if that's the case, we never would have did Tears Came in Trinity Garden. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that wasn't even a matter.
And thinking about that as y'all was saying that, because that's something that was ahead of its time, to have these different rappers from different hoods to come together and develop that kind of chemistry, man. Nobody cared what hoods y'all was from. It was just all street military because y'all spoke from y'all heart to the struggles of everybody else. Y'all wasn't rapping about how much money y'all had. Wasn't rapping about the cars you was driving and jewelry, because y'all didn't have that. So
and still don't rap about that.
Right. The things that y'all talked about were more relatable to the masses of the hood because they was living the same reality. So that's a beautiful point, man. Even to this day, I use y'all as the example when people get to talking about, you know, that back and forth hood stuff, man. You know, Street Military crushed that 30 years ago, man. 30 years ago. So when y'all started making records, man, y'all got that chemistry going, man. I guess y'all had developed it once y'all had battled and kind of got to know each other already. How did that translate over into the studio? Because there's a difference between just rapping somewhere on the streets, then let's put these songs together. How'd that translate and work out like that?
Man, K, it was like magic, man. Like a lot of stuff was working, man. Like, and we were kind of competing with each other because after you hear Pharoah kick something, you know what I'm saying? After you hear KB spit something, man, you're gonna have to come on with it, and vice versa with everybody. So
yeah, because like not to cut you off.
Go ahead, KB.
Not to cut you off, FLEA, like when me and Pharoah worked on that song Funky Funeral, man, when Pharoah let me hear his verse, that's what just really motivated me, man. He used to call me Snake Waist. You know what I mean? Hey, Snake Waist, come hear that, because I was so skinny back then, Reno. Man, I had a six-pack and I didn't even work for it. You know what I mean? You know how them skinny dudes, man, they had six-packs, man, but it's only because they just skinny, you know what I mean? And that's why they got it. But anyway, he called me Snake Waist. Hey, Snake Waist, come here, man, listen to this, man. Man, when I heard Pharoah's Funky Funeral, I say, man, this dude here, man, is phenomenal.
Man.
Yeah, we would compliment each other, man. I said, man, this dude is phenomenal, man. I'm working with a master, a genius, man, and that would inspire me to go and take care of my business. So that's how we used to bounce energy off of each other. You know what I mean? And we were all living that same street life, going back to that same street shit. You know what I mean? In the hood, you know what I mean? And during that time, I was living with Margie. A lot of people don't know that I'm originally from Port Arthur, Texas, and I was going back and forth from Trinity Garden. A lady named Margie, Miss Margie Johnson, adopted me. You know what I mean? So
maybe not
I was living with
somebody behind us trying to get some air. Let's pull over up one time.
Okay. Let me pull over real quick. But I was staying in Trinity Garden. Trinity Garden raised me, you know what I mean? And when we would go in the studio, man, we would just bounce all that energy back and forth off each other, man, to create masterpiece, man. And we was talking about real shit. We knew what we was doing. We wanted to be different, man. We didn't want to be that group that, you know, I'm better than you and I got more than you and look how much money I got and all that. We just wasn't that type of group, man. We was real. We wanted to talk about real stuff, man. We wanted to make a difference, man. We wanted to be different. You feel what I'm saying, K-Rino?
Absolutely. And y'all did that, man. I mean, nobody can come after y'all and say that Street Military sounded like anybody, you know, and all of y'all was so distinct in y'all's voices, y'all's delivery, and the content was so great, and Icy Hot providing the production as well as him rapping, man, just that foundation of that music. Nobody was sounding like that, man. Nobody was sounding like that. And it really fed the city, man. It fed the game. When I was blessed to host y'all's 25th anniversary a couple of years back, I saw the love because the place was packed, number one. And everybody out there, y'all honestly didn't even have to rap y'all lyrics. Y'all could have just did this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody in there was still singing those songs all those years later, man. When y'all dropped the first KB and FLEA album, that's another classic. What made y'all say, man, we got this chemistry between us as well. We're gonna jump out there and put this KB and FLEA album out. And why has it taken so long to get the next one in between from the time of the first one to now?
Man, real life situations, man. Man, and dealing with families and kids, man, and that'll take so much of your time. And then when you don't get the love back from the industry, it seems like Houston don't take care of their babies, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. It's kind of like when you put so much energy into something and you love it so much, you know what I'm saying, like your craft, and you put it out there and you don't get the response from the major, not the people, but you know, the major part of the industry. It kind of, you know, rub you the wrong way, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. But you got to look past all that shit, man, and keep building for the ones that support you, you know, and the people that's really street military fans from day one. You got to keep feeding them people because those are the ones that kind of keep you alive. When I'm in the streets still working regular jobs, I got guys that see me, recognize me, hard hat on, safety vest. FLEA, man, let me get a picture, man. Woo. You know, and I'm standing over there taking a picture with them. I go in somebody's house and deliver some furniture and shit. And I see my post on the wall and people, you know, shit like that humble me. And I be like, man, I got to get my ass back in the studio, you know what I'm saying, and feed my people because they ain't going to let us die. You know what I'm saying? So
no, they ain't going to let us die.
They ain't going to let us die, man.
And then right now, it ain't even a KB and FLEA thing no more. We done turned this thing into an all street military mission. You know what I mean? We didn't put street military on our shoulders. You know what I mean? And we're running this thing right now. We're at the forefront of this thing because we're still facing a lot of challenges, you know, so far as with the group and you know, our name and, you know, like we got Beatbox Records, you know what I mean, that's steady trying to get in our way and hold us back. You know what I mean? That was the company that we worked with earlier in the years that's like still trying to hold us back, but ain't nothing they could do, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing they could do. See, it's street military. You know what I mean? And me and FLEA always had that chemistry. I mean, we never had an argument in over 20 years. I don't think me and FLEA ever disagreed on anything. But you know what I mean? We just always had that good chemistry together, man. You know what I mean? Along with the group. When the group we all had that. You know, me and Ice fought a little bit like brothers, you know what I mean? And sometimes we have disagreements, but we still brothers, man. That's my brother. I love him. I love all my brothers, you know what I mean? And man, when Pharoah get out, like I'm predicting he getting ready to get out, when Pharoah get out, then man, y'all, it's fit to be on, man. It's fit to be some real iconic stuff going on. But until that happens, me and FLEA,
we got to keep the train moving.
Me and FLEA took over. You know what I mean? We the leaders of the group right now. The leaders of street military right now. And Ice is coming on board to get on this train too. And Pharoah is the last element, you know, to this train, man. But until he get out, we're going to keep moving on. We got a whole new album, Black Royalty, on deck that's ready to go. You know what I mean? And that's going to keep what? That street military name alive, man.
Alive.
And I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad you put that out and let us know that because that's even better news for the fan base, man. It's gonna be a street military album like that. And also I'm glad you touched on that business aspect of it because you know all of us started out at the same time and we didn't have the knowledge of the business side of it. And as a result of that, you know, I feel like it was a whole lot of money that got left on the table that somebody else raked in that should have belonged to us. So now that y'all have empowered yourselves with the knowledge of the business side of it, I can see the confidence. I can see how forcefully y'all are attacking this thing. Is there like a I don't like to get too deep up into the whatever y'all want to talk about, that's fine. But is there like issues with the name and all that? Because I know Beatbox is doing their thing, y'all doing y'all thing.
Ain't no issues with the name. We own the name. We are street military. Ain't no Richard Johnson over there with Beatbox Records. He ain't street military, but he started getting his funk ass on the internet. You know what I mean? Selling street military stuff. He ain't came and tried to do no agreement with us or none of that. Or even came and sat down and talked with us about keep using our name. Now, on some real street shit, on some real street shit, that ain't gonna be able to go on too much longer. I'm just being straight up real with you. That ain't gonna be able to keep going on, man. We gonna nip that shit in the bud, man.
So
we tired of him.
So that
Street military is us.
It's y'all. Okay, no doubt.
Yeah, street military. We don't have no affiliation with Beatbox Records no more. We don't have no affiliation with Richard. Whatever paperwork he got, it ain't worth the paper. The words ain't worth the paper it's printed on. You know what I mean?
Because I would assume that from all those years, any contractual connections would have been expired by now. You know, so yeah.
But any contractual shit that no obligations were ever fulfilled. He didn't fulfill the project, and then we were lied to. Yeah, they signed me when I was 17 years old. That was illegal from the jump. You know what I mean? And then it was a conflict of interest because we didn't have no lawyers. They used their lawyers, and it was supposed to be a 50-50. It was supposed to be on some 50-50 stuff. They lied to us, man. We got all the paperwork now. We seeing everything, man. So now that's really making us pissed off to see how much they took advantage of us, man, as kids. You know, that shit really got me hot right now. You know what I mean? I could punch through some motherfucking brick right now. You know what I mean? That's how hot I am about that paperwork shit, the shit that we seen. You know what I mean?
The beauty of it is
that
y'all gain that knowledge now to fight that war, to win that war, man, because, you know, the industry is so corrupt, man, that, you know, it will try to hold you forever. It's like we just want to hold you forever, and then, you know, nothing lasts forever, man. So I'm glad that y'all have freed yourselves and now taking, because that's all I try to impart to artists, young artists coming up, man, about ownership. You know, because we all took them hits. We all took them L's coming in. And like I said, a lot of money left on the table, man. So I think the fans will really be happy to know that y'all have gained full ownership.
Yeah, the fans don't care about Beatbox Records. The fans don't care about Richard Johnson.
From street military.
The fans care about street military, man. You know what I mean? And Beatbox Records, all they was just in the motherfucking way, man. I mean, how many videos have you seen? How many videos have you seen by street military? You know what I mean? You ain't seen no major campaigns. We did it off the strength of us. Now that I look back, we did 90% of the work, man. You know what I mean? Paying for some studio time and posters and shit, and to get the record done, it's more to it than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happens? We ain't see. And this is real talk right here.
Not one email, not one voicemail, not one phone call of a statement of a royalty in over 25 years stating nothing about our royalties over all the music that he have on us. So so it's gonna be some shit. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. It's finna be some shit. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. I'm being honest. It's finna be some shit over our music, man. We coming back full strong. I'm on attack mode. It's on now because we was taken advantage of when we was kids. I don't appreciate that shit. And then too, we tried to recently work with Beatbox, at least come to the table and talk to him and talk to Richard. Motherfuckers, the motherfucker didn't want to meet with us and talk with us, but instead of trying to sell shit on the internet and going back and forth with us about our motherfucking name on the motherfucking internet. Created a whole brand. He created a whole clothing line on us, didn't reach out to us, didn't try to say, hey man, let's do this and do. And he just put the shit out and just start collecting money off of it and then give us shit. Like fuck y'all.
Man,
fuck us.
That's the power. That's the power of ownership, man. And I'm glad because, you know, I'm with y'all. I'm artists. You know, we done took them hits, man. So if y'all are listening out there, man, please, man, listen to what these brothers are saying and learn the value of taking care of your business on the front end.
Because at the end of the day, K, not to cut you out, is our fault. We blame us for not educating ourselves. You know, we were taking advantage of. Of course, he wrong, but once you find out you're doing wrong, man, you stop. You know, once you find out that you, like, this ain't a good deal for these young cats, man, you stop. But he continued to press on and try to work.
And he roaching off of us and roaching off of other groups. He ain't doing no big promotion. He just collecting internet trying to collect internet money, and his pride and joy is slapping Richard Johnson, executive producer, on a nigga shit. You ain't doing nothing, man. You ain't doing shit, man. Just roaching, man. But you better stop all that motherfucking roaching, man. And it's blood sacrifice, man. It's blood on that.
Street military is in the building, man. We gonna lighten it up, you know, because I know, man, look, artists are so, we don't like to play around with our art, man. This blood, sweat, and tears, and it's
blood
painful.
Sacrifice.
It's painful, man, to when somebody is taking advantage of that, man. So trust, bro, you know, I totally get it, man. Let's talk about the new album for a little while, the Black Royalty album, and let everybody know what they can expect from that album, man, when it dropped, and when is it dropping?
Man, we don't have a specific date, but it's cocked and loaded. It's a procedure. We got to work these singles and build up a buzz. You know, we've been gone for a long time, so we do want to build up a buzz and let them know we coming for a strength. We coming with the apparel and the merchandise. You know, we coming with the music as well, but we want to build up a big buzz before we just give them the album. You know, so date is not set yet, but very soon. Very soon.
Oh yeah, very soon, man. And what you can expect is the same thing times 10, times 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
That real heartfelt, inspirational, you know what I mean? Political. Man, we touched on a whole bunch of subjects, especially the one that we did with you, K-Rino. If those of you don't know, y'all know now. K-Rino is on the new Street Military album on Controversy. And man, when you hear him, you already know how K-Rino come. When you hear him on Controversy, it's all over,
hey,
man.
Look, let me tell everybody this here story because it's funny. When they hit me up to get on the album, I think I just read the message, the email, and I was like, yeah, man, he sent me the beat and everything. I come up in that bad boy. I didn't know that they just wanted me to talk on the front of the song. I done wrote a whole verse, and I wrote it, and they laughing like, man, K-Rino wrote a whole verse. It's like, leave it on there. I was like, hey, man.
Goddamn right, leave it on there. What?
Yeah.
Man, you killed that
Man,
I wasn't supposed to be on the song, man, but I made my way on there, man, straight up.
Man,
that's exactly what's supposed to happen right there.
One of the dopest songs on the album, man.
Man.
Yeah,
Controversy.
I'm honored,
K-Rino,
man. That's exactly what it is. Controversy. When y'all hear it,
controversy.
I'm honored, man. You know, it's like I've been having so much love and brotherhood for y'all over all these years, man, as a collective and as individuals. You know, when KB was doing his solo thing and going to Australia and going out there doing his thing, man, spitting venom and all that, and even back in the Boomerang days and all that, and with FLEA, I always tell people all the time, FLEA is the dude who gave me the name The Wizard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody was kind of like FLEA back in the Boomerang days. I was like, dude, call me The Wizard. And it just stuck, man. And to this day, I ain't never told, I got to credit you with giving me that name. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I salute that,
man.
Because that's exactly what you are, man. Like, that's how we looked at you back then, Reno. I'm going to give an old story on K-Rino. One time we in South Park, and you know, everybody can bust a rap from Nip to me to Pharoah. It's a whole little circle of us, man. Man, you rap last, K. Man, it was so silent, man. When you was rapping, man, it just seemed like you was standing in the clouds or some shit, man. I don't know, dog. You killed that shit, that day out there in the goddamn park, man.
Man,
like,
look.
That's all I remember you. Just, man, with them glasses on, man. You go last, you should have your book. Everybody say
Ultimate Flow.
There they go, right?
Ultimate Flow, man. Ultimate Flow. That was my shit. And you know who put me on that? Pharoah, man. Pharoah put me on it. He said, man, you ain't never heard of K-Rino? I said, I think I heard of it, man. Listen to this, man. Man, when I heard that, man. That's Ultimate Flow.
Reno, that was like the Bible at the Macadam crib. Let's put it like that. Straight up.
Yeah.
Well, let me say
Straight up.
this to y'all, man, because it's about y'all, man. Another thing, real quick, y'all too, both of y'all have some of the most distinct, recognizable voices in rap to me. You know, when you hear FLEA and KB, you know it's them, even if you only heard them one time. With KB, just so explosive, man. I don't know if somebody taught you to come from the diaphragm when you was young or something. I don't know what it is, but it just explodes, man. And FLEA just got that tone about himself, those vocals, man, to where y'all are so distinguishable, and the content matches the voice tone, man. So I just want to give y'all props of
Thank you, man.
greatness. What is the status on Pharoah? Do y'all still communicate with him? I know they start hating and made it where he can't rap from the prison no more and all that. Are y'all still in contact with him? Or y'all, what's the status of
Actually,
him?
definitely still in contact. I actually just sent him a letter and I haven't heard back from him. And actually the proceeds that we're doing on the clothing line, we have a shirt that says "You hoes can't fade street military."
Yeah.
So that particular shirt right there, when you buy that shirt, you're gonna be contributing to Pharoah, you know, and as well as we're gonna be posting the spin number so people can get at him, you know what I'm saying, and help out. But to answer your question on when he coming home, man, like nobody know, man. Yeah. It's like a prayer to God right now. We feel like he got way more time than he supposed to have, and we feel like he done his time. You know,
we feel like he done his time. It's time to come home, man.
Yeah. He just got a bad rap, man. He got a bad rap, man.
Man, that's beautiful, man. Look, another question I want to ask y'all real quick. Y'all were a solid rap group for a long time. The rap group, you just didn't see the groups no more. Everybody kind of just started dropping individual solo stuff like that. What y'all think happened to the rap group? You seeing it come back now. You got cats like the Migos that are doing their thing and other groups coming out, but for a long time, you didn't see group. Can the group dynamic still work in today's industry? Do y'all think it can still work for like when other groups, we know it can work for y'all, but for other groups coming up?
I think like 5-man, 4-man groups is hard because it's always come down to the money. It's with certain people. To have 4 people on the same page, 5 people on the same page, every single time, every move you make, you know, that can be a little hard. You know, it was hard with us, but it seemed like it was easy the way we got along because we didn't nobody put us together. We assembled ourselves and put ourselves together. So, and we were brothers for real. Like we was brothers for real. If I didn't have it, Ro had it. You know what I'm saying? And KB or Icy or Nut. So we was brothers for real, man.
Go ahead, KB.
Yeah, man. I think it can work, man. You know what I mean? Cats just need to, you know, decide what they want. Some people don't want to be in groups and they want to be solo. I think if you feel like that, you need to voice it. You know what I mean? Don't be in a group and you really don't want to be in a group and you trying to participate and, you know, your outside ain't matching your inside. You know what I mean? We wanted to be in a group together. We wanted to work together. And then it came a time where we wanted to do some solo stuff and we voiced that. You know what I mean? Our voice wanted to do some solo work. FLEA voice wanted to do some solo work. And if it come down to that, we'll still voice that. But we still a unit, whether we solo or not, we still a unit. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
And to answer the question, like again, to summarize on the question, I do think, you know, other groups out there can come together in 3-man, 4-man if they decide to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we looking forward to
choice.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a choice.
I feel like, man, this is gonna be one of the most anticipated projects to come out. And I think that not just street military fans from back then are gonna be really amped up. I think that newer generations who have heard of y'all, who are familiar with y'all music from the past too, they're gonna be ready. And y'all are gonna gain a lot of new fans and support from this project. Cause man, I'm that dude, man, and I know y'all can relate. I don't hardly even listen to rap no more. I got to go in the time machine to listen to the stuff like Street Military and Ghetto Boys and SPC and old SUC and all that.
Man, Ghetto Boys.
You know, so we're looking forward to let everybody know any social media info, how they can get in touch with y'all before we wrap it up, man. This has been beautiful, man.
Go ahead, give it to him, KB.
SoundCloud, The Street Military, Instagram at The Street Military, Facebook at The Street Military, Twitter at Street Military _. You feel me?
Already.
And you know, that's all they need. But we mostly been working off of Instagram and Facebook. We've been getting a lot of traffic on Instagram and Facebook, man.
Hey, but the single dropped the 23rd, this Friday.
Yeah.
The single, I Salute, featuring Zero.
April 23rd, the single, I Salute, April 23rd is dropping, man. And we getting ready to push that, you know. And then the album is done, really, you know what I mean? So we're going to be setting the date for the album, but it's up to you, our fans, our supporters, to help, you know, make it come faster. The more,
go out and
the more y'all support us.
Definitely go out and support, man. Spend that money, man. Spend that money like you do on all these mainstream cats. Show that love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And